Finally. Today, Nikon teases the Z9 with a teaser. The Nikon 40mm f2 starts shipping. The 28mm f2 gets delayed again. The Nikon Micro Z lenses are still nowhere to be found in the US. And what's up next for Nikon after the intro? Hey everybody, I'm Ted, and this is Stuff You Might Like. If you're new here, I talk tech, specifically cameras, lenses, computers, and EVs. Today, I'm talking all things Nikon. First up, the Nikon Z9. While Nikon hasn't officially released any information about the Z9 apart from a development announcement, Nikon did drop a teaser video that gives us a glimpse of what the Z9 will look like. Not many details are visible here, but there is one that is the back of the screen. And while many people had thought Nikon would just use the same articulating up and down screen that they use on the Z6 and the Z7 series, it looks like Nikon is going to do something different here and use a version of this screen that goes up, down, and vertically tilts, very similar to what is used by Fuji in the X-T2 and X-T3 cameras. Now look, I'm not Nikon's target audience for the Z9. It's more camera than I'd ever need or want. And I don't shoot sports all that often, so I'm not going to be a Z9 customer. But I would have liked to have seen a fully articulated screen, but I can see how that is off-putting to many still shooters. I think that's one thing that leaves me concerned about the Z9. It appears to be focused solely on still shooters. And while still shooting is important to Nikon, and sports shooters in particular, the kind who don't mind paying up to $6,000 to $7,000 for a camera, obviously, are who this camera is for. But video is how Nikon is going to grow its market share, and video is becoming more and more important to photographers, and it's kind of disappointing that, at least from this one spec, it looks like Nikon doesn't seem to be thinking of that with regards to the Z9. But the actual release is still months away, and the feature set of the Z9 is still out of focus. We will have to wait and see what the total package looks like when it's released later this year, if the rumors are to be believed. So something that is shipping now is the Nikon 40mm f2 lens. Nikon had stated this would ship by the end of September, and it looks like they hit their target. I've got my copy here, and I'll be working up a full review over the next couple of days. As to the other lenses that Nikon has released but you can't find, there's the 28mm f2.8 Special Edition. Nikon released a statement last month saying that shipments will resume for this lens in early October. Right before I was about to press record to start this video, Nikon released a statement that the lens has been delayed again. This time until November 19th. Now, from Nikon's press release, thank you for your continued patronage of Nikon products. The release date of the Nikon Z 28mm f2.8 Special Edition, which was announced to be released in early October 2021, will be changed on November 19th, Friday. Currently, in addition to the impact of semiconductor shortages, there are delays in the arrival and distribution of parts due to multiple factors such as the spread of the new coronavirus infection in Southeast Asia, so it takes time to deliver products to customers. We are here. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience caused to customers who are looking forward to the product. We will do our utmost to deliver the product as soon as possible, and we appreciate your understanding. Though it's interesting to note that the ZFC with the 28mm f2.8 SE lens is actually in stock as I record this at both Adorama and Amazon. B&H still hasn't gotten any stock. Get them while you can. Two lenses that I am getting impatient for are the Nikon 105 and 50 f2.8 micro lenses. These lenses were released on June 2nd, and 4 months later, I've yet to find any US distributor who has had any stock at any point since then. It looks like this lens is shipped in other parts of the world though, as I've seen it up on eBay, shipping from Japan and Europe. Nikon did release a notice that these lenses would be constrained due to the global chip shortage back on June 17th. But apart from that, there's been no official word on when supply of these lenses will hit the States. So, back to bodies. We have the Z6 II and the Z7 II, which were announced about a year ago and shipping for about 10 to 11 months now. So we are probably at least another year away from refreshes on those two models. The ZF50 came out in October 2019, so we are 2 years out from its update, and I don't think the ZFC is that replacement, as I view that camera more of a test case for Nikon on where they should take their APS-C offerings. I do think Nikon will release an updated Z50, but I've not heard anything in the rumor mill about such a camera or whatever specs it might have. I have a moderate wish list for the next Z50 update, and it's pretty simple. First, drop the current flip-down screen and instead use the fully articulated screen from the ZFC. This just makes sense. It should have been there from the beginning. Second, update the sensor. I can understand the need to differentiate this in the Z5 with megapixels, but we should be standardized on 24 megapixels here at this price point. Both Sony's offerings and Canon's offerings at the same price point offer 24 megapixels. Third, make sure the camera receives the same firmware updates that gave the ZFC an incredibly improved IAF, Animal AF in both photo and video modes. This is the thing that really makes the ZFC a great camera. I really like the Z50, and I think with a few small tweaks, it can be a contender in the APS-C space at this price point. Nikon's big problem with APS-C right now, though, is the pitiful Z-mount lens selection for APS-C cameras. Hopefully the success of the ZFC will encourage Nikon to release some more small and light lenses for APS-C. The good news is that third-party manufacturers like Viltrox have moved in to fill the gap with Z-mount offerings of their APS-C lenses. The big question is, when are we going to get a D850 replacement? The Nikon Z7 comes close, but there's still a gap in what Nikon users are expecting in a D850 replacement for the Z series. Canon's R5 has set a high bar, and Nikon has yet to offer a challenge. Again, the R5 doesn't compete with the Z7, the Z7 II being about $1,600 less than the R5, but there's a lot in the R5 specs that Nikon needs to have an answer to. 8K shooting, 4K 120 frames per second, autofocus that can rival the dual pixel AF offered in the R5, and Sony's offering? Whatever comes next, there's a big hole in Nikon Z price matrix. The Z7 II is $3,000, and the Z9 is probably going to be about $6,000 or more. A mythical Z8 should play around the $4,000 to $4,500 price point and should compete more with the R5 and Sony Alpha A9. Here's hoping Nikon is hard at work on such a beast. That's what I think. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And if you liked this video, please click the thumbs up button. If you didn't, well, please click the thumbs down button twice. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you when you see me next, whenever that may be.